Shalom. Shalom, shalom. All right, let's start this off. Giving all the praise and glory to the Heavenly Father in the name of the Son, the Holy God, the Son, the Holy Shah, the Holy God, the Shah, the Holy God, the Shah, the Holy Spirit, allow me to do this lesson. All right, continue the series of honor to the apostles and hope. There's going to be another effort to exhort, admonish, room, edify, flock, the sheep, the lambs, of Yahweh Bashmi Shah, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, Yahweh Allah, Israel, and double honor to all who hope to make elders, prophets, and apostles out here. And shalom to you brothers laboring in this truth, true prophets, true teachers. All right. And you men, women, children also that believe and are aiding in on this ministry. Those slaves to be saved, hoping to be saved, which will be no other than the elect and 1/3 of the Israelite race, according to the Holy Bible, the Holy Scripture. Shalom. All right. And that happens to be so-called blacks, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, Seminole Indians, and so-called African people scattered abroad. All right. That have truly repented and are back in on the truth of the matter. So jumping straight into this is the 70th volume of an Adam. And you see the title or topic today is some spiritual prophetic words. I might come with a title later, I might change the title. It's just because it's so many speaking points, you know, it's never really a dull moment for nothing. At this point, it's never a dull moment. You know what I'm saying? Really. You know, but really just coming with the testimony of our Lord, the spirit of prophecy, according to Revelation, the 19th chapter. You know what I'm saying? I was watching some things, and there's a lot of things coming to mind. Like everyone that doesn't believe in this doctrine will be slain, man. You see what I'm saying? That's just what it's coming down to. You got Jakes out here thinking they're Muslim. You know what I'm saying? In the end of these last days, and that doctrine can't get you anywhere, man. You know, you got people actually using the word doctrine in these last days, which is so ironic because the scripture say this. This is 2 John in the 10th verse. If they're coming, matter of fact, I'm gonna start it at 9. It says what? It says, whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Hamashiach hath not God. See that? So you got dudes out here that's Old Testament only. Or if you ain't in Yahushua, what people call Christ, you don't even know the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? You're not even around the Heavenly Father. You know, you have no connection to him now. It says, he that abideth in the doctrine of Hamashiach, he has both the Father and the Son. Yeah, this is, see, they like to call Muhammad the prophet of God. He's not the prophet of God, man. All right, Muhammad, he comes from Ishmael. So, and Ishmael is the firstborn of Abraham, which is not counted for the seed, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Romans 9 and 7. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And who is Isaac? What Isaac? What seed? What child of Isaac? You know, became the cause? Was it Esau or was it Jacob? So we're gonna go according to scripture because these is all we're talking. All right. This is Psalms 105 and 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant. Right? So you'll think, well, Ishmael too at this point, the so-called Muslims, so-called Arabs, right? But you so-called blacks are not. You so-called Latinos are not. You so-called Native American Indians are not. You're not Arab. It's not your religion. It's not your way of life. It's not your lifestyle. You had a lifestyle. You need to go back and get truly what it is. And that's being a Hebrew Israelite. So anyway, it says, oh, you seed of Abraham, his servant. Right? We just read in Romans 9, in the 7th chapter, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall they seed be called. So we're supposed to be proving that with this scripture right here, right? So Psalms 105 and 6, scripture should contradict itself with this. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. See, that's who it's called, man. All right? Period. All right? That's the call. Let's go to scripture to prove that really quick. We're going to go to Jeremiah 25 and 29. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. What city is that? Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place. Right? Let's prove that. There's never no bold speaking points in the spirit. All right? So anyway, it's Isaiah. We're going to go to the 60th chapter. We're going to go to the 14th verse. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord. You see, they're gonna call a people, a person, the city. So the city, that chosen city was the city of Jerusalem is in fact, according to the scripture, a people before it's a place. All right. Continuing on, it says, the city of the Lord Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. See that? It says, whereas thou hast been forsaken, right? Not this place, and hated. No one hates the place of Israel. You see what I'm saying? Besides, it's talking about us, man. You know, because, for example, a city don't have feet, man. We go back into the 14th verse. All right, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles. Cities don't have soles of thy feet. So cities don't have feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord. See, because the Lord, he dwells in us like a city. See that? He dwells among the children of Israel like a city. So going back to the whole point. Let's see where I was at. Psalms 105. I said, listen, and once again, we're going into a lot of people using the doctrine, men thinking they Muslims, and people using the term, throwing the term doctrine around. It's crazy in these last days. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that's basically that. All right, or you see the Psalms 105 and 6, or you see the Abraham, his servant, the children of Jacob, his chosen. All right, yeah, so that's it. Those are the people called, man. Those are the people chosen. All right, period. Which I forget how I even got to Isaiah 60. There's a scripture that led me there. Yeah, kind of. Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. See? And those that's called is the Israelites. Going back to Jeremiah 20:25 and 29, for lo, I began to bring evil on the city which is called, see, so that's talking about the Israelites, which is called by my name. So the called was Israel, Zion, see, Jacob. Jacob was chosen called seed, man. So, and you should be, and should ye be utterly unpunished, you shall not be unpunished. So I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, said the Lord of hosts. So thus showing you that when he says city in this verse, he goes on to say inhabitants, right? So it's talking about people, really. See that? Anyway, going back to the point, in 2 John 1 and 10, it says, if there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. So really, if you don't got this doctrine, you're doing evil, man. All right? You're doing evil. You can't be out here talking about some you Muslim and you know that's cool. Nah. You know? Right now we fishing for you jakes to, you know, the elect to get it. You know what I'm saying? But all those that don't get it, you know, we're gonna start hunting for your ass, man. You're gonna get hunted by the elect, man. If we're those men, you know, not. That's the scripture. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 10. Or 2 Corinthians 10 chapter. And we'll start at 6. And I'm gonna start at 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. You can't come saying you got this guy named Brother Ben X. Like, look, man, you're not a Muslim. All right. The minister Farrakhan, he knows that we're the children of Israel. But he's so proud and won't leave that position, he won't commit all the way. You know, he eavesdrop. He likes to eavesdrop in on his doctrine. You know, so that's really all being Muslim is, man. You know, it's just it's like a mingled. It's like a vineyard of mingled seeds. That's all it is. You got doctrine, theories. This is a bunch of theories. That's a bunch of mingled seeds. And you're not supposed to, that's not how you're supposed to, you're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be one thing. We got that over here. We fulfilling the scriptures. Y'all not fulfilling the scriptures with that. This is Deuteronomy 22, for example, and 9. It says, thou shalt not sow thy vineyard, you see, thy vineyard with diverse seeds. That's the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard or vineyard be defiled. See that? You're not supposed to come with these many different seeds, these many different doctrines. And that doctrine, that seed is actually going into a doctrine, aka a word. Let's prove that real quick. This is Luke 8 and 11. And it reads what? Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God. See that? So you got many words out here, when that word. Let's get that real quick. All right. I said this is about the spirit right now. All right. Lord is edifying. This is 2 Corinthians 10. Luke 8. Let's go to 11th verse. We're gonna get that word. We're gonna get that word. Logos. All right.
G 3056. Logos.
It says what? Embodies a conception or idea. So seeds embodies conception or ideas. You see what I'm saying? A certain expression. Every individual seed come with certain expressions. Me and the brother was talking about this the other night on one of the sit down lives. Like, for example, hear me, like, if you could like crack open a seed and see the coding that the Lord put in it, the formula of a certain chord the Lord put in it, Heavenly Father put in it, Yahweh put in it, Yahweh shall put in it, to where pretty much, well, really that's not my point. It's only going to manifest. It's only going to be based off how he's coding it, and that was I just found that in that moment really interesting, because the seed knows it only brings forth what it is. But you got many different seeds. You know, they have basically. I say that because it's the same thing. Like now, you go into this word, it means idea. So reading it again, all these seeds, which is what the seed actually is, the word, all these seeds, they actually embody, as it says, embodies a conception or idea. So they encapsulate a certain idea. In other words, the idea could be expression. All right, let's get that word. Yeah, looking these words up real quick. So when you go into that term, idea, you get concept, conception, thought, image, mental picture, visualization. These are synonyms to the word idea. Plan, design, scheme, aim, intent, objective, target, purpose, end, goal, target. Let's see. Ooh, say thought, theory. See, that's really what y'all got over there. Y'all got a bunch of theories. A bunch of seeds. See that? You got the theory of Yaku. You got the theory of the supreme wisdom. You got the theory of, you got all this madness over there, man. But nonetheless, we get back to my point. Viewpoint, opinion, feeling, outlook, belief, judgment, conclusion, sense, hypothesis, understanding. They got many understandings over there. Let's see. Yeah, basically that's it, man. The estimation. And really going into what? An expression. All right. Because if you go into the initial, they say, design. When people design stuff, it's really they just expressing. All right. So I say that to say it's interesting because when you think of all these seeds, they all encapsulate their own idea, their own expression, aka expression, and they all go on to express in whatever manner and whatever idea and whatever expression they hold. They're gonna only go on expression and whatever expression they hold, and that expression goes into ultimately, aka the idea goes into ultimately all these things I just mentioned, which is what? Theories, opinions, beliefs, judgments, conclusions. These are all synonyms. See that? So this is why it's so dangerous. Where you got one objective. Like basically you sow your vineyard with organized, man. Because it can affect it can affect the environment. You got all these different seeds sown in this one area. It can affect the environment like that, the soil like that. The soil reacts to a certain way to what it's bringing forth as well. All right, so it makes sense why you wouldn't sow your vineyard with you know what I'm saying, with advertising on YouTube helps me reach with diverse seeds. All right, and as I said, I'm gonna probably change the title because I pretty much got a thought point. And that seed ultimately going into words, man. You see what I'm saying? And word ultimately going into what? Ideas. See, for certain theories of belief. So ultimately, the seed is a belief, man. A certain belief, a certain idea expression. All right. Yep, time. Yeah, time. You going to the strong definition. Ultimately, it means what? Doctrine. See that? So that's it, man. So you have to sow. You not to sow. You have to be sown in certain environments with different, you know, different doctrines, aka theories. I got all these, and we know you got different doctrines because doctrine is synonymous with theory. You see what I'm saying? Or doctrine ultimately or doctrine ultimately being what seed represents means, but also it says what's the word? How they word it? Yeah, embodies a conception or idea. See that? An idea take you into theories and all that, man. So really, in the essence of it all, you got different doctrines because y'all talk about all these different theories. You're not supposed to do that. You know, because this is gonna create madness, it's create a bad reaction. Thus taking you back to the point. So we aligned over here, all right? Y'all said I have awakened to the fact that only fact, true fact, relevant fact. No, the only truth is one truth, which is that we're the Hebrew Israelites. Period. All of this testing out theories, see, we were talking about that last night. You are those that have been defiled. You see what I'm saying? The virgins that have been defiled, man. Really, you ain't never been defiled because, no, you kind of say that because y'all know a lot of them over here, Farrakhan, he know that so-called black Latinos, Native Americans, Indians are Israelites. They know that, man. So once you was given that knowledge back, you know, you basically came, you supposed to be born again at that point, which would have allowed you to qualify for being deemed as a virgin. You see what I'm saying? But you went on and got defiled by all these strange women. You see what I'm saying? Which is these different doctrines, philosophies, going back into what? Due to you actually just mingling your vineyard, which is really your mind. You see what I'm saying? With all these different philosophies, planting all these different philosophies and theories and ideas, ultimately doctrines in your mind, man. You see that? So now you're defiled. All right. But anyway, Second Corinthians 10:5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, you see, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Remember, it's all about Hamashiach. You gotta go through him, man. He has the doctrine, and he told us that his doctrine is not his, but his that sent me, man. You see what I'm saying? It says what? So it's ultimately the Most High, and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. See that? So why? Because there's a time coming where you men gonna be you jakes that don't want to get right. You want to stay in this madness. You gonna be hunted, man. You know, you got guys settled on their leaves. You gonna be hunted. The Lord is gathering and collecting the fish right now, man, with this net, which is the word. You know, you got men set on their leaves thinking they doing good, listening to the doctrines of men. You know what I'm saying? The tradition, following the traditions of men. You know, Elijah Muhammad, Farrakhan, bunch of bugged out ass jakes, niggas. You know, as far as Elijah Muhammad is concerned, I believe Farrakhan, he might be a terror, but nonetheless, he's amongst our people. All right, with this matters. All right. So yeah, that's that, man. Let me grab that real quick too. You know, like I said, I'm in the spirit of prophetic words. That's what's getting ready to happen, man. Y'all gonna be hunted, man. This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord. Yeah, we're supposed to be fishing men out of the waters. You see what I'm saying? The waters is pretty much all these nations and people we've been surrounded by. according to Revelation, the 17th chapter. If you find fish and water, Revelation 17 and 1, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sits upon many waters. Verse 15. And he said unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. All right. So we're amongst a lot of these people like water. You know, you got men, you got the fish that the Lord has his eye on, that the Lord is trying to fish out amongst the water, meaning amongst these people. That's why he said in Revelation, the 18th chapter, the 4th verse, come out of her, my people, so you be not partakers of her sins. And the sins of this place is you just get into all manner of doctrines, man. Whatever the hell you want to think, man. And that's all. This is Matthew 4:18. And Yahushua walking by the sea of Galilee saw 2 brethren, Simon called Peter. So this is like walking past a crowd of people. And Drew, his brother, casting into and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea. That net actually represents this word. And you're throwing it out amongst people to try to fish for the elect. Because you know you're not going to get everybody. You try to get who you can. It says, for they were fishing. And he said unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. I'm jumping back to Jeremiah 16 and 6. Yeah, we gathered, so we will throw this word out on these people to get the elect men. You know, because the flock of the Lord is men. You know, the Lord, he calls out to you men. Those virgins that the Lord is talking about are men. You know. All right. So going Ezekiel 34 and 31, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, said the Lord. And then you go to Proverbs, the 8th chapter, the 4th verse. He said he called unto the Son of Men. All right. And then it's another one in Revelation. The tabernacle of our Lord is with men, as it tells us. But nonetheless, we trying to catch the elect men among these nations which we have been scattered to, and bring them out from amongst them, you know, spiritually, mentally, which is ultimately mentally, you know, separating them from the gods of this land and bringing them back, reconciling them back to the one true God, their heavenly Father, man, their Father, you know, which is Yahweh, so-called black man, you know, and giving them once again the true doctrine, you know, the doctrine that gives you Godspeed. See that? But anyway, Jeremiah 16 and 16. So this is what this fishing process is about. It says, Behold, I will send for many fishes. It happened, right? It's happening. And then he said, many. So Yahushua will come with that doctrine, which is a doctrine that's spiritually based upon fishing. You know, figuratively, metaphorically, it's about catching men. You know, it talks about in a metaphor, you know, or you know, parabolically, it talks about catching men, like catching fish, and men will be among fish, just like fish. That's amongst water. Men will be amongst, you know, a great body of water, right? You see what I'm saying? Which can actually stop you from getting the fish. You see what I'm saying? But this would be a big enough. This doctrine also containing the understanding that it would be like a big enough net, a strong enough net, where it's gonna gather everyone. It's gonna gather, you know, and those it's gonna gather is predestined. You know what I'm saying? It was set up. The Lord control everything. Man. He control a piece of sweat that fall off somebody's head, man. All right, at least that fall. You know, again, a snake that sheds its skin, or a fish that gets caught in a fisherman's, you know, net when they out at sea. All that's controlled to the T, man. So those are the only ones that will be coming back to the Heavenly Father, according to Sirach, the 18th chapter and the 1st verse. But anyway, so that happened. He sent Yahushua who will hold that doctrine, teach that doctrine, get men to see that, which he got his initial men of 12 to see that. And then he said, what? This work is so much, we need more men. So pray that I send more men out to do this, which he did. We're in that state now. So all that's happening now. So behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them, which we fishing. A lot of men have brought men in. Cat caught a lot of men, right, out of from amongst the waters. See, and after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. Everything that Jake is caught up, every place that Jake is caught up in, hiding himself in, you're gonna be brought out. Hunting is not that's revenge, and that's when the disobedience of the true doctrine. That's when the disobedience to the true doctrine will be revenge, man. Right now, it's just bringing you to the doctrine. You know what I'm saying? But you got men that's caught up in all these dang doctrines, man. All right, so that's basically it. I could really stop there. I'll probably change the lesson, title of the lesson later. But yeah, going back to the point. And that's all prophecy that's gonna happen. All right. So let's go back to St. John 2. John 2, 2 John 2 and 2 John 1 and 10. And if there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. So it makes sense. Because if you caught up in all this other stuff, you thinking you got the theory of Yaku, you got the theory of man, they got so many theories, it don't make no sense. There ain't no such thing as no Yaku. It's Esau, man. Esau brought forth so-called white people. You got all these so-called black people thinking so-called Latinos and Native American Indians thinking they Muslims. They're not Muslim. Damn young dude, brother X. Brother Ben X. Actually learn something. And then if you hear it, Lord allow you to see it and hear it, man. Y'all ain't got the doctrine. Y'all off. The doctrine is dealing with prophecy, man. That's what the doctrine comes down to. So if you see this video, feel free to reach out, man. I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna grab this other one. I'm gonna close out. This is Sirach 24 and 33. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy and leave it to all ages forever. See that? That's what that's what the true doctrine is about, man. The true doctrine is prophecy, man. If you ain't dealing with prophecy, if one's kicking doctrines and no prophecy come up, and we in the times of prophecy, you gotta look at these. You gotta question these people. You can't even deal with them because this doctrine it consists of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but ultimately it's all for prophecy, man. You see what I'm saying? All of it, from the beginning to the end. But all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding was all in efforts, was all in cadence with prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Period. This is Sirach 23 and 12. And doctrine going back into what? Seed. And the seed is ultimately what? The word. So you need one doctrine, one seed, man. One word. Sirach 23 and 12, there is a word that is clothed about with death. You see, there is a word that is clothed about with death. God granted that it be not found in the heritage of Jacob, for all such things shall be far from the godly, and they shall not wallow in their sins. See? So, if you're godly, you're not going to have, your doctrine's not going to consist of death, man. Your doctrine is not going to be a doctrine that doesn't consist of prophecy. Y'all ain't got no prophecy, man. So you ain't got the doctrine, which is prophecy. So everyone has been edifying. The scripture say, let him that is filthy be filthy still, though. You know? And let him that is just be just. You know? And, you know, we're not, don't, you know, argue and do all things without murmurs and disputings. You know what I'm saying? That we can be blameless, the sons of God, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. We're lights. Because, and we hold forth the word of life, man. All right? So, see, we don't got the doctrine, the seed that's closed about with death. Everything we talk about, even in regards to death and destruction, is only to bring forth life. If they don't return, they're going to be put to death so they can ultimately get life, man. You see what I'm saying? Period. It's a continuous process. There's no such thing as death, man. Our word don't teach that. So Lord has been edifying. This is just stuff that's on my spirit. You Jakes don't learn the hard way. You caught up in these vaccines. You caught up in thinking you're Muslim, thinking you can do as you please. God don't exist. All y'all gonna be hunted, man. You set it on your leaves. You're gonna be hunted. You're gonna be hunted. You know what I'm saying? And those of you that you know understand it, just keep believing that. You know, don't bid these people any about God's speed. If they could talk the word doctrine, but if that doctrine ultimately ain't dealing with the prophecy as it is written, it's all toe up. You know what I'm saying? Don't even just know. Don't even bid them God's speed, man. You know, because you can't trust these people. If your doctrine not right, you could be doing evil. You see what I'm saying? Because you will be going about, if you don't have the doctrine, it's a chance you doing something completely off. You know, and it's all due to doctrine. So if your doctrine matches the doctrine, which is the doctrine I got, you know, we can deal. All right, we can build, you know. But until we get on this one accord, you know what I'm saying, build this one seed, that's it, man. There's one chosen seed as always. You know, we don't deal with mingled seeds, mingled doctrine. So Lord has been edifying. I'm gonna close this out. We give all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashar Shah, Yahweh Bashar, Yahweh Bashar Shah, the Holy Spirit. Hey, the only doctrine that's playing out that's gonna blossom and stand the test of time is this word, man. This seed is gonna bring forth something that's gonna endure forever. Everybody gonna see it once it blossoms. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you Jakes that think, you know, well, I don't believe in this because we've been in the end of the last days of all that apostle stuff on it. Well, you just keep waiting, man. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord is terrible. So the Lord is going to be knowing about judgment. You know, the more judgment activating out here, then you will know that. You know. Anyway, so